Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into a story about a landlord who gets a call at 2 in the morning. But really, it's about a feeling I think we can all relate to. That moment when a dream you've chased starts to feel more like a nightmare. Let's dive in. So, where does this all begin? Well, it starts with a really seductive idea, right? Passive income. The dream of making money while you sleep. But what happens when that very dream is the thing that's keeping you up all night? What's the real cost here? And that leads us right to the heart of it, the passive income myth. You've got the dream of being a landlord on one side and the harsh reality of a 2 a.m. phone call on the other. It's a collision course between a peaceful fantasy and a very, very loud reality. I mean, just look at this contrast. The dream is all about freedom, right? Rest, waking up to warm mornings on your own time. But the reality, it's emergency calls, it's constant demands, and my personal favorite, plumbing ghosts. Suddenly you realize you didn't sign up to be a property owner, you somehow became a 24/7 crisis hotline. You know, every story of burnout has that one moment, that breaking point, an incident where the exhausted silence finally just shatters. For our landlord, it shows up in the form of a single phone call in the dead of night. And just listen to how the story sets us up. The phone doesn't just ring. It buzzed like a quiet insect beside his bed. That's not an alarm clock. That's an infestation. It's this small, creeping dread that you know you just can't get rid of. So what's the big emergency? A fire? A major leak? Nope. The tenant claims the water heater is making noises like it's haunted. And just like that, your job description expands. You're not just a landlord anymore, you're a paranormal investigator. You're basically on call for anything. But here's the thing, the haunted water heater isn't the real problem. Not at all. The real problem is the emotional toll. It's the sound of a promise he made to himself, a dream of a better life, literally going down the drain. And in that moment, he feels something inside of him just break. Not with a big explosion, but with a quiet crack. The story says it wasn't anger, but something ancient in himself giving way, something quieter. This isn't just frustration. This is the exact moment of burnout, when the will to even try just evaporates. So what is that quiet feeling? It's resignation. It's that deep, heavy sigh when you finally accept an awful situation that you feel you can't change. It's not just having a bad day, it's that quiet sense of total defeat that tells you you've really hit bottom. This is the absolute core of the story. And that gurgling water heater, to the landlord, it's not just water anymore. It's the sound of that big promise he made to himself, for rest, for freedom, just slipping away right down the drain. The dream is officially over. But when you hit rock bottom, there's really only one way to go. Right? Up. And this is where the story pivots. It stops being about the problem and starts being about the search for a solution. It's about how you can trade all of this chaos for just a little bit of calm. And the answer, it turns out, has been sitting on his computer this whole time, something he downloaded ages ago and just ignored. The Retired Landlord Blueprint. It's not just some guide, it's a lifeline, a tangible map showing a way back to the peace he thought he'd lost forever. And look at the trade-off it offers. It's so simple, but so powerful. On one side, you've got the chaos, the night calls, being an emergency operator, all those broken promises. And on the other side, the calm, stillness, peace of mind, and maybe, just maybe, a real new start. So this is how the story starts to wrap up. And what's interesting is it doesn't offer a magic wand. It offers something way more powerful, the possibility of a solution. It carefully builds from that place of total resignation to a single, tiny spark of hope, a blueprint to start over. After all the noise, the chaos, that quiet defeat, our landlord has just one simple thought. Maybe today is the day I start over. That's it. That's the entire turning point. It's not some loud declaration. It's a quiet internal decision to finally make a change. So if we step back and look at how this story is built, it's pretty brilliant. It's a masterclass in persuasion. It ends with a direct appeal that lasers in on that one specific pain point, the constant interruptions. It positions this blueprint as the only clear, logical next step, and then it seals the deal with a little bit of humor we can all relate to. You've got to do this before your tenant calls you during Judge Judy again. In the end, this story is about so much more than being a landlord. It's about any time a dream has gone sour, any time we felt that quiet resignation settle in. And it leaves us with one last question to chew on. When you feel your own promises slipping down the drain, what blueprint could help you start over?